Everyone, hope you're doing well and pretty good sunny day here in Vancouver. Hope wherever you are, you're enjoying sunshine, or at least, if not out there, inwards. We're going to talk about why we can't let go, why why it's hard to forget about the relationship and move on, which we've already done that many times. Actually, it's pretty warm in here. We've already done that in different videos, but again, it's a different angle that I want to talk to you about, which I think it will actually shed some light in the whole issue. If not, it will make you ponder. And I think since you're all looking for understanding the reasons is why you feel the way you do, you will find it helpful. So let's begin. There are a few points that I want to talk to you about here. So follow them all and then see how it works for you. First of all, we know that regardless of how many times we sit down and talk with someone and we kind of feel, they will help us to feel better, or, you'll be okay and all that, so forth. That's one thing. But knowing why in our psyche, why we feel the way we do, I believe it helps us tremendously towards letting go and towards moving on and towards not feeling the pain anymore. Or at least not less. And endure the time that it takes for it to dissipate and decimate a lot better. Okay. From the old times, when we, the cavemen, were developing our mind and experiences in life and so on, we learned that when we feeling well and healthy, it's better than when we feel sick or in stomach or cold or something, some kind of an illness. And in our psyche, because whatever we do, whatever we feel, whatever we do in our life is all about what's in our consciousness. And that's how consciousness is created, as you know. Something happens, you experience something, that experience turns into knowledge, that knowledge becomes memory, and from that memory, thoughts are born. We talked about this before. And from those thoughts, new actions, and then new experiences, and then new memory, knowledge, new memory, and then from that memory, another thought is born, and so on and so forth. So consciousness is created, and then the field of consciousness is what really determines how we act, react, feel, and so on and so forth, decide, perceive, stuff like that. Which I know you've watched some of the videos and you are all versed in this now, by now. So in the old times, when the caveman would feel uncomfortable because of illness or something, we learned that it is better to feel better, to feel good, to be healthy. Therefore, we became interested through the years, whether by necessity of working we became stronger, or whether we understood that to be healthy, to be strong is good, so we took steps naturally to make ourselves always stronger, feel better. And that's why many of us today go to the gym, or we run, we exercise, because we feel great when we feel good, when we feel healthy. And to keep that feeling healthy, we go do things. We use supplements of vitamins and so on. We eat good food, good water. We pay attention to what we eat and all that. And so let me get rid of this here. So now we do all these things to feel healthier. And that whole thing from caveman time to now, health represents power. Like, because we realize that when we're healthier, we're more powerful. We can do things. And we can do things, we feel more secure because we feel we can take care of ourselves, whether it's something to do or whether it's fending off, problems or attacks of wild animals or wild EDS people. Same thing. So we now associate health and power and then security. Because security, psychological security, and certainty is really what leads to what we tend to think order. Physical, psychological, all the needs that are, all the things that are the same way we want it to be in life, we call that order. But these all have a roots. So far we understood that this whole business of feeling healthy is better. From feeling healthy, we do things to become healthier, and because when we are healthy, we feel we can do things, take care of ourselves and our families better. So we associate that with power, and then from power we associate that with security, psychological security and certainty, which we then end up feeling everything is the way we want it. Our center, who we are, whole of us, is satisfied with the way things are because we managed to make things the way they are. And all this whole business of health and power and safety and certainty has been, helping towards order, which we discussed order and disorder in other videos before. Now, so we talked about when you break up, this is part of your psychological security that you created for yourself, that whole relationship and things being as the way they were, nothing was changed. But now when the breakup happens, that routine, that the way the things were, the order that you had created was now broken, and then you feel anxious, upset, sad, because you feel there's a disorder now. We talked about this before. So, to you, you feel then there is now less power because there is now order has changed to a bit of a disorder. And when we go back, disorder to you translates in having lost power. And you have been conditioned to think power is good, power is health. So you now go back. Order has turned to a little bit of disorder. Disorder means I'm not as powerful. If I'm not as powerful, they think I'm not that healthy, and if I'm not healthy, then everything else feels like not so certain about it. Now it's not feeling psychologically secure in my mind and so on. So you can see why is it that you feel the way you do, and it's not because of the person itself, it's because of the concept, the whole thing, the whole conditioning of it, that they're all connected. Yes, this person was the one, because of her leaving you, or if you're a lady, this man, because of him leaving you, caused this disorder, caused this feeling. But really, it's not the person. It's her role in what you had created, the order that you had created, is not there. It's like a piece of a machinery is now out. It's really not that very piece, because all you have to do is to replace another piece, put it there to have the machine work. So really, right now, it's not really all 100% the person itself that you really, that is the reason for whatever the hell it is that you feel. It is not being in the whole mechanism of your system. The missing part. It's not the part, is a part. So You don't need that exact bolt to put it back for the system to work. You just need a bolt. A bolt is missing. If you look at it this way, you'll understand. It's not that the bolt missing and that was the only thing that could make this machine work to bring back order, so you won't feel that way. So really right now, I just wanted to show you the process of why you feel that way, not and take your focus away from thinking that this is the person's not being in your system, in your life, is causing you the way you feel. Yes, person, of course, but it's not all that. It's the fact that there's been a division, a conflict in the flow of the machine that you had created, in that system of you that you had created. So now you know that you feel, because of that not being there, the machine is not working well, so the order is not there, so you feel less powerful because something is missing. Now you know the reason. So the first thing you got to do, you got to understand that nothing has really diminished from you. You're still powerful. It's just a psyche that makes you think, because the order has changed to disorder, therefore you don't feel as psychologically secure, therefore that translates to less power, therefore you feel that everything is falling apart, and so on and so forth. But really is just a missing part that has created this, not a certain part. Any missing part could have done that. Something else could have gone wrong in your life and you would have felt terrible in a different way, but still things would not be as you would have expected. Now, that's one point that you should consider to understand why you feel the way you feel. Another point is that you're missing someone, right? And you think it's the person that you're missing. I understand that. To a degree, yes. But let's see if we can see it in a different light. Have you ever tried to change the decoration in your home? Like take the couch, put it somewhere else? And to do that, when you did that, it kind of felt like, no, I don't want it there. I want it there. So you move it there. Doesn't feel that great. I kind of miss the way it was. You still like the way it was, even though you wanted it to change. You wanted to change the decoration. But when you do change it, you have this feeling of apprehension. You kind of, shouldn't I? Wasn't it better that way? Then you kind of, now you settle for one kind of a design. You eventually move it there and leave it there, and you settle with the new decoration. But then for a bit, you're still missing the old way, yeah? Because it had created a certain identification with you and the order, the center that you had created. Your environment can also be part of your center in a way. So you had created that kind of a look, and now the look is changed in your apartment, in your place, and you kind of feel, something is not right. Really, you're not really missing the stuff, because the stuff is still there, but you still don't feel as right because you're missing the order of it, not the stuff itself. So even right now that you don't have the girl in your life, it's not really the girl all the time that you're missing. It's that whole order that there was someone filling that spot, that part of your life. The vacuum is what the problem is, not what was filling the vacuum. I understand that, because what was filling the vacuum obviously was having a little bit of a mechanical problem, and that's why it wasn't working well. So you now gotta buy a new vacuum. Now, whether you're a girl watching this or a boy watching this, you know what I'm trying to say. So now that was number 2 point. Number 3 point is that when you try to throw things out from your home, like it's so much stuff in your home, you want to just lighten up, get stuff out, like I don't know, the notebooks from grade 2 or grade 12 in high school, depending on your age. Grade 2, and if you're in high school, well, you want to throw it out, but you kind of feel like attached. It's been there, always been there. Or you're in university, and your grade 8 or grade 12 stuff, You have a problem throwing them out. You know, old ball, old toys. You know, if you were a child, you don't need it. See, you don't need this stuff anymore. It's not the thing. You actually have no use for it, but you have a problem throwing it out, or putting it in storage, because you're used to that being part of you. So you really miss even something that is useless to you now, but you can't throw it out. These are the psyches. It's not about the booklet that you really need, that you don't want to, or you miss it now that you threw it out. It's just a psyche need that needs to feel whole, order. Everything is as it was. Now you can see the feelings of missing is what really you are missing. The feeling of missing something is what's bothering you. You're not really that person. These were the examples that I wanted to use for that. Now, the last example. This is also very interesting. First of all, let me get rid of this. I'm just choking. It's so warm in here. Now, look. We are designed in our brain, which is a material process, you know, this whole sparks and the way it works, thinking, thoughts. We are designed to be able to record something. When something happens, we're designed, programmed automatically, immediately to record what happens. Whatever you do, you'll remember it. You know, we talked about experience and action, experience, knowledge, and the memory. You record it. Immediately, we're designed to record whatever it is that happens. Because that recording brings security to us, brings certainty to us, brings knowledge, gives us that feeling of psychological security because we know stuff, we remember stuff, we know what happened, we have experience with it, we keep it, and by keeping that, we're programmed to keep the memory of things that happens in life, and that gives us a sense of knowledge, sense of security, sense of psychological security because we've recorded it, we got a hold of it, we froze it, we froze the event. By the events that we do, we feel good, depending on the event, of course. That's our program. That's the way the brain works. It records things. And this capturing, the translation of it into our psyche is security. That's what it does. You remember things, you feel whole, you feel secure. I remember things. This, that. When you don't remember things, you kind of feel lost. You don't feel like you know stuff. It doesn't feel good. So we're designed to capture things, record things. And we don't want to let it go because that's where we get our power, from our recordings. That's what we're designed. Not really a good thing, but that's how it works. So you have recorded your whole relationship. And now that she's not in your life or he's not in your life, you feel opposite of what a recording would give you: power, security, psychological safety. Now that she's not there, you're missing the recordings. The recordings cannot continue. And therefore, what you've been recorded, it doesn't play a part in your life anymore. It's there. It's like a video that you bought and you're never playing it. It's there. So just taking space, but you want to play it. But really, maybe the machine is not working. You can't play it. And that bugs you because it is there, but it's supposed to be part of you, but it's got no place, no part in your life anymore. And that translates into something's wrong, a disorder again, you know? So the memory that you had, she's not there anymore, so it's there, you don't know what to do with it, it's useless, and it's there, and you miss it because it was giving you the power, it was giving you the security, psychological security. Now it's of no value, and you can't believe that. You can't understand what you have recorded has no value. Then that means what? I am what my memory is, you think. Therefore, if it has no value, then I have no value. Then you feel weak. You feel psychologically insecure. Your psyche is troubled. You feel something is wrong. So these are the feelings, these are the way, the mechanism that makes you feel the way you do. It's not her. It's not that person. Because that person, there was a reason that it didn't work out. She left, or you left, or it just didn't work out, you separated, or whatever it happened. So those reasons still exist. So therefore, it's not the person, is the way it has affected your psyche, your system, your order. From all these things that I explained, all these 4 pieces, then you would have something to think about, to understand that don't keep wishing for her to come back, or don't keep thinking, why am I feeling that way? It's her, I'm missing her, I'm connected to her, she has to be in my life to feel good. It's not that person. It's the way your psyche has been put together, which when you understand it, then you will just simply say, so I really don't miss it. It's just the way that it feels missing a part. It's the way it makes me feel because of the way it's been all set up. Now I understand it. Now I don't have to feel pain. I don't have to feel less powerful. I don't have to feel insecure. I don't have to feel uncertain. I don't have to feel missing her because I don't miss her. I just want this place to be the way it was. I have to just fill in this space. So go find more friends, fill the space, and think about what I just said, and understand how your psyche works and how this whole relationship breakup has affected the system, the psyche. The part that is missing is a part, it's not her or him, and you will actually feel more knowledgeable about why you feel the way you do, and then you'll be able to understand, okay, I can let go because it's not the person that I'm missing, is the whole space of it that it was occupying, that is now not occupying. It's that a space needs to be put back together. That machine needs to have that part again. I'm missing not her, I'm missing the whole effect of the events on my system. That's what makes me feel the way I feel. At least now you know, and you'll stop wondering about her, what she's doing, when she's coming back, and all that, because you don't need it. You just need to move on. Now you can move on. Now that you know what is really happening, you can relax and you can be sure that life can continue. There's so many other things out there, and without her or without him, it's not the person, it's the effect of it on your system. So, wish you well. Hope that was something to think about, and have a wonderful day, and talk to you guys soon.